Hello my brilliant home buyers and sellers, this is Freya, your real estate agent. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the very hot topic that everyone is talking about right now. Bank of Canada deciding to lower its interest rates by 25 basis points. Now, if you're a home buyer, what does it really mean for you? And that's what we're going to dig deep into today. But before I move forward, I want you to know that this is not my detailed market update video, which I do on a monthly basis that will be coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. That being said, let's get right into it. First things first, let's talk about how this will impact you as a home buyer when it comes to your monthly mortgage payments and savings. If you do the calculations from 5% to 4.75%, there's not a big difference. You're probably going to save $60 to maximum $80 a month when it comes to your monthly mortgage payments. However, this trigger of a lower interest rate is more of a mental thing than anything else. Once a lot of buyers out there who are waiting for that sign to be given to them, they will start entering into the market, and also is a sign that most likely we will see another interest rate cuts down the road in July. We don't know that yet. One buyer enters the market thinking that, hey, now is my chance because interest rates are lower. The other person comes in and everyone follows, and guess what? That will automatically take up the demand of the homes out there, and that will put the pressure on home prices to go up again. Exactly what happened in the past before the interest rates started to go up. I talk a lot about this in my market update videos. I did talk about this in fall as well. But my friends, savings is not in the interest rate cuts. Savings out there right now is in lack of competition. A lot of listings are right now on the market where sellers are very open to negotiating the price. They want those homes to sell and they want the buyers to put forward the offer. I'm seeing a lot of homes coming up with an offer date. They don't sell, or the sellers are not getting the price what they wanted, and they are slowly getting at that point where they are frustrated with the market and they are going to be more open to work with you. And that's where, my friends, the major saving is for you, not in the interest rates. And I'm going to show you very shortly some examples on the MLS, what properties were selling for when the interest rates were lower right before the March 2022. And then I'm also going to show you what properties are selling for now since the interest rates have been high, and what you can actually save when it comes to buying in completely two different markets. Before I move forward and show you the different examples and properties, first let me show you the history of a Bank of Canada interest rates and what it has been doing, so for you to really understand. Looking at the history of interest rates, what we saw is that starting from March 2020 up until March 2021, interest rates were extremely low. They were below 1%. Borrowing money became really cheap, and that's what initiated a lot of buyers to enter into the market. And this was the market where the homes prices were appreciating way too fast. Homes were selling way above their market value, and we all knew that this market was unrealistic and not something that could be sustained for a very long time. And in order to tame the demand in the market, of course, the interest rates had to go up, and that's exactly what happened. In April of 2022, we started to see the interest rates start to go up. Now, there were little pauses here and there. We saw a longer pause at 2.5% starting from July up until September of 2022. Where we saw their activity picked up again because of that pause, because keep in mind the interest rates were still not that high. And then we saw a longer pause in 2023 from January up until June 2023, where interest rates stayed at 4.5%. That was still not enough to bring down the inflation, so interest rates started to go up. Then we saw a very long pause from July of 2023 up until now, where the interest rate stayed at 5%. So after interest rates going down by 25 basis points, of course, it's going to take some time to reflect what the market would do and how it would react. I personally think that we'll need at least another 2 interest rate cuts to really see the demand going higher. So I am right now in my MLS system, and what I wanted to show you is what a home sold for when we were in the heated market, when the interest rates were lower. So between 2021 to 2022, and what those homes are selling for right now in this market. So in front of me, the search criteria set up for Peel, Mississauga, and for 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom detached home for a 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, what they're selling for. Let's take a look at the statistics very quickly. Looking at the stats, what we saw is that in the heated market, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom were selling within 9 days. So they were selling very quickly, and they were selling on average for over 1.3 million. So looking at the same criteria of 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom detached home, 1,500 to 2,000 square feet in Mississauga, when the interest rates are high, beginning of this year up until now, what they're selling for, let's take a look at the stats. And what it shows to us that the same criteria of homes are selling within 17 days of being on the market. So they're taking a lot longer to sell, and they're selling for just over 1.2 million on average. So if you do the calculations, you'll realize that from 1.3 to 1.2, there's $100,000 that you will be saving if you were to buy the same home in this market right now, which is almost unrealistic to expect when the market heats up and there is more buyers in the market because of the competition and because of the bidding wars that are most likely will be blind bidding, and you will have to go higher in order to win that bidding. The problem with us is that we forget what has happened in the past most of the times. And what we forget is that when the interest rates were lower and we were in the heated market, it was not only about the money, it's about the frustration that it brings with it. When you are in that kind of environment, you end up losing on homes that you really want and love because of the high biddings and because of the price that are extremely high. You also end up waiving conditions in order to put a firmer offer to make it look attractive in order to win a bidding war. Conditions that will really protect you as a home buyer, such as home inspection. I have heard horror stories where buyers ended up taking out the inspection and they found out major structural issues or flooding or whatever the cause may be in the homes after the fact, and that required a lot of money to put aside. But think about it for a second. What if you are a kind of buyer who doesn't have that type of extra money lying around to be able to handle those unexpected expenses that show up for you? So wouldn't it be nice for you to get into the market like we are in, buy a home where you can put those conditions to protect yourself so you don't have to worry about those unexpected expenses? So our media will play a big role in this. I'm already seeing so many different articles coming up all over the news talking about of Bank of Canada and the interest rates and how it will impact you. Everyone has their own opinion, of course, but in the end of the day, they don't know what you know when it comes to your personal choice, your personal conditions, your personal financial situations. Nobody knows. So I would always suggest to take this news and media with a grain of salt and do what is right for you as a family, as a person who wants to become a homeowner. You know your situation better than anyone out there. So now that I've shared those examples with you and you can see for yourself, the savings are huge. No matter what you do, saving $100,000 on a property is going to be most unlikely thing to happen when the market picks up and more buyers enter into the market and there's more demand, more competition, and now you have to waive the conditions out of your offer. You might not be able to do a home inspection that you really wanted to know the condition of the home. I mean, there's so many favorable things that are working out for you in this market right now because there's not a lot of buyers out there, that I would say it will be completely unfair thing to do to yourself to not jump into this market right now, because it's a good opportunity. Before everyone else wakes up and enters into the market, this is your chance. I'm saying it over and over again, and I know I will do another market update video where I will be showing you and talking about the same thing and letting you know that you actually missed the boat. Only if you are ready. If you're someone who is not ready, I'm not here to tell you to do something that you're not ready for, because becoming a homeowner is a big financial responsibility, and if you're someone who's not ready to take on that, please don't. Let me know what you think in the comments, what you're hearing among your friends and family. Are you hearing more people thinking of entering the market? I'm really curious to know. If you're someone who's thinking of making a move and doesn't know where to start, or just curious to know what is happening in your neighborhood, in your community, or the neighborhood community you are interested in, feel free to reach out to me. You can simply book a consultation call with me by clicking the Calendly link in my description. If that's not something you want to do, you can simply text me, email me, whatever is your jam. All the information is in the description. Until next time, have yourself a wonderful day. This is Freya signing out.